What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from elimination TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Instagram, elimination TV, and Twitter, What's the Good Guy. I am here to talk to you guys about Season 39's The Challenge on MTV, episode 14, entitled Don't Let TJ Decide. Now, when I heard the title, I didn't necessarily know what that meant, but then I had saw CT walking out with the housemates. So I was like, okay, so he's going to pick who he wants. And in my mind, I thought that CT was going to pick Jay because, Jay beat him before. And so I'm amped. I like Jay, but Jay is, I don't like how Jay's playing this particular game, but I like Jay's fight and his spirit, and he just wants to win. It is what it is. He wants to be a champion. So I can respect him in that sense. But the way that Jay has been speaking to Olivia, the way that Jay spoke to the women today on the particular episode, it's not pretty high end or tempting to me. I feel like if you're not on Jay's side, you're under his boot, and he's going to talk to you however he pleases. And it's very interesting when he gets upset, how he just goes off and no one checks him. Which is confusing to me. Although Nerese and Olivia kind of stood up for themselves when he came into I know I'm going ahead, but I had to jump to that real quick because that's what gets a little confusing for me. Sidebar. A lot of these individuals seem to hang out outside of the show, and they party, they travel together, they always see each other. It's like a sorority, fraternity of reality TV people. I'm having this feeling like they all know each other for the most part. But speaking specifically about the challenge, these people see each other outside of the show, and they seem to be so cool, so down to earth, so friendly, so brother and sisterly that you don't know how far it carries into the game, because when you get into the game, it's are these people really for real, or are they playing up to this alter ego character? You know what I'm saying? Here's an example. So let's just say Jay and Kylan. Let's say Jay and Kylan, right? According to this season, they don't like each other. There's some tiffs, there's some rifts, there's some whatever going on the show. But then if I go on social media and I see Kylan and Jay hanging out and laughing and shit, then it's did they make up? Are they cool now? Is it just for show? Because that's the confusing part. There was a whole group of them in Amsterdam. I don't know what happened in Amsterdam, but a whole group of them is in Amsterdam. And you got Mariah, Nerese, James, I guess they're still together or doing whatever they do, Kylan, Michelle, Cara Maria, Devin. I feel like other people were in the mix of that. And so Michelle and Kylan, they're together. They're taking pictures together. They're laughing. Are they cool? Are they not cool? And then my question is, how do y'all get cool after being played like this on television? And then I'll hear some of them say, oh, it's just a TV, it's a TV show. So it's is what we see real or no? That's my question. Because the way that Jay is speaking to specifically, well, he's spoken to some of the men like this anyway. The way Jay speaks, I don't see how that translates to we're cool outside. I don't know. I'm not on the show, but it's just weird to me how on the show, they seem like enemies, but in real life, they're besties. I don't know. I don't understand the dynamic and how that works, but to each his own, I guess. Kylan beat, another vet last week, Brad. Cool guy, Brad. He's like the white Horacio. And we're excited. I'm excited for him. I love when baby daddy wins, it's just a beautiful thing. More weeks to see Kylan on my screens. I'm here for all of it. James has a conversation with Kylan, and he congratulates him. And for me, I feel like this is something that's missing during the show too, because James is so quick to throw Kylan in. I don't understand how they're communicating now. I guess we're missing so much, and I guess I'm taking it personal But like, if I'm always going in because y'all don't have a backbone, and you know, James, you're at the bottom of this list, and only one person is holding you up from the bottom of this list. I don't know. I just don't understand these dynamics because now James is talking to Kyle and bigging him up, and I'm like, okay, they dapping each other up and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I just don't understand how that works in the game. I don't understand how that works. Asaf and Jay speak. You know, Asaf and Jay are saying that they have this Emmy award-winning performance because they're carrying on, and you know, no one knows who Asaf is aligned with or who he's cool with or whatever because he's a double agent. He's like Colleen the Mole. And you know how it goes. Like when we start to see certain storylines play out, it's like, all right, some of these people are going to be an elimination or win or whatever. But because we see so many different storylines now, because there's less and less people, it's kind of hard to figure out who's going to be in the bottom or who's going to be eliminated. But whatever. Emmy Award winning performance, I guess. It's just when I see Asaf, I just see RuPaul's Drag Race. Nerese apologizes to Kyland, and Olivia is starting to pivot to the Horacio Kyland train. And I'm like, girl, long overdue. Like, long overdue. Like, what? Like, I don't understand that. I really don't. Kyland says that the only way for him to secure his win or secure for him to feel secure in the game is for him to win. That's pretty much that's pretty much it. Then you have Emmanuel, Jay, Mariah, and Michelle talk about how they have failed at getting Kyleen, Raven, Horacio, and Kylan out. They've had 2 back-to-back female situations. Nothing's changed. Now they're having 2 back-to-back male situations, and well, they have the one. Kylan Horacio still here. They're going to try to throw Horacio in again, and unfortunately, Asaf is going to be the one to go, but they don't know that yet. But they're just mad that no one's gotten out, and it is what it is. Even in this particular like conversation, Jay seems to be like the king. And he's like, it is what it is. We didn't get him out and we just got to do better. We got to win the next game or whatever the case may be. And I don't know. It's just very interesting how Kylan and Horacio started off a part of this alliance and they're at the way bottom of the alliance. I don't know. I don't know how that happened or why that happened that way, but it's just very interesting that it happened that way. Nerese is laying down with Horacio. She has his leg up on him, and they're canoodling or whatever the case may be. And I like seeing them together. Olivia says she is leaning more to Kylan and Horacio. And we get to the mini-final. The mini-final is called Off in the Distance. Turquoise team is Raven, Corey, Berna, and Emmanuel. Team Yellow is Nerese, Ed, Jay, and Colleen. Team Orange is Kylan, Michelle, Mariah, and James. Team Blue is Zaza, Horacio, and Olivia, and Asaf. I thought it was cool how Kylan called out his team for throwing him in before. And I don't know why. I don't know why Michelle feels like, I don't know. Michelle had this look on her face like, why are you saying this? Like, what? We're on the same team. Like, why are you doing this? And then James tried to be like, well, brother, we have to da 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 da. And I'm like, miss me with all that. I guess it's cool that Kylan always brings that to the forefront, but Kylan, he was just dapping my dude up. So that's why it'd be so confusing to me because it's like, are we cool or are we not cool? Like, do we take being thrown into elimination personal or do we not take it personal? You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know. It's just confusing. It's very confusing to me. Maybe it's all personal. And, you know, it's very interesting how, you know, going back to like Big Brother and stuff like all these shows, they're like, I'm sure they get grilled, they get these psychoanalyzing kind of things that they got to go through. And they're like, you're not going to get upset. Well, what would happen if da-da-da, would you hit da-da-da? I'm sure they go through all of that. But for me, it's personal and I'm not letting up off your neck. If I was Horacio and Kylan, like maybe Kylan is thinking that he has to talk to these people to be, you know, to at least get through the game, be social enough to get through the game, right? And I guess it wouldn't be a good situation for you to be mute the whole game, but baby, you gonna know I don't like you. And I think that might be my downfall. You gonna know I don't like you. And every time I win, I'm throwing you in. You see what I'm saying? Like, But anyway, I digress. Colleen is the weakest link in this mini final, and it's very interesting. She's falling out. She can't rip a rope off a saw. You know, she's all over the place. And it's just like, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate. Kylan gets his team through. I think that was the second or third round they got through or whatever. And then the orange team ends up winning because Michelle recognizes this puzzle from Survivor, so she utilizes her experience to get the win for them, which is very interesting because Jay was sitting right there. So Michelle didn't help Jay win. Michelle helped her team win, and I thought that that was pretty dope. I don't think she did it on purpose. I think it was just her competitive spirit, and she probably felt that if she was going to win, Jay was going to be fine anyway. Which I really don't know how they did not get Jay. How did they opt to get Emmanuel in the mix with the Ed situation and not Jay? I don't understand that. I need clarification on that. How is it a thing between between Ed and Emmanuel and not Jay and Ed or Jay and Emmanuel? I don't understand that. I'm like, I don't understand that at all. Yeah, I don't get that at all. I thought it was cool that Kylan told the team not to panic and to keep moving because the buzzer didn't go off yet. And, you know, Jay thought that they had won the situation and they were completely ecstatic. But, you know, they didn't quit. And, you know, Michelle and Kylan pulled through for the win. And I like seeing Kylan win, you know, because I feel like his back is against the wall the whole time. And I just like seeing Kylan win. I wish Horacio would win more. I'm so tired of these teams and these partnerships. And I guess we're gonna get this in Conquest, I hope. But like I just want Horacio to start winning something. I want Kylan to start like winning solo challenges so they can just start putting people up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then enough with this vet coming back and like people need to get eliminated. Like, that's what needs to happen. Like, we need a double elimination. Like, let's get these people out of here. I don't know who decides for who to say each other's name as being the person to be chosen to go into elimination. But how is it that the people that they care about the most are saying their names? Like, how is it that Kylan is chosen to say Horacio's name? Do the producers tell them to do that? I just don't understand how that works. And then Kylan tweeted that he had went off and it wasn't that easy for Horacio's name to be called off, but they didn't show him going off. And in my mind, I'm like, you couldn't have gone off that bad. You know, well, maybe he could have. You know, he could have. But it was 3 against 1. You got Mariah, you know, her dude, and then Michelle. They all want Horacio out the game. But what was hot was that when Horacio's name was picked, Nurys had said something. And Nurys was like, oh, y'all just scared. Like, how y'all gonna decide that Horacio is like the greatest in the finale? And oh, y'all just gonna pick him every time and da-da-da-da-da. I thought that was hot how Nurys fought for her man. But then James was going after Nurys like Nurys was another dude. So in my mind, I'm like, is Kylan gonna say something or is Horacio gonna say something? Because somebody gotta say something. Because I don't know who James think he talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who James think he's talking to. And it's so crazy for me how Mariah gets to sit so pretty. And like, how does Mariah get to protect this man every episode? But Olivia can't protect nobody. Well, she ain't got a man. Nurys can't protect, you know, her man. It's just so crazy, the dynamics of the show and how Mariah just gets to skate by and no one can say James's name because they're afraid of Mariah. I'm so confused. Like, what has Mariah done on this season for people to be afraid of her? You know, like that's just so weird to me. But Horacio calms James down or whatever, and he takes it on the chin. He's going in. They go to the club, and can we just say that the best dress was Nurys? Nurys is just fine, divine wine. I love Nurys. I just want her to start winning some things, like, so she can make decisions too. Like, I want Raven to win. I want Nurys to win. I want Horacio to win. And I want Kylan. These 4 people just need to start winning stuff so they can seek to get their revenge. That's just how I feel about it. And I think Olivia's too little too late. Like, she's coming back to the good side, the Jedi side. And it's just a little bit too late for me. I don't know. It's just, you know, that's me taking the game, you know, personal, I guess. Michelle decides to speak to Horacio, And in my mind, I'm like, why? Like, it's too late. You said this man's name like 90 times, and this man has not been taken out. And now you decide to want to have a conversation with him? And Horacio says that he understands why the vets don't like Jay and Michelle, and it's because how they play the game. Now, to be fair, Jay and Michelle ain't never played the game like this ever before because they've never had the opportunity to. And so, at least not unless I'm missing something. But every time Jay and Michelle has been on, I've rooted for not so much Michelle, but really for Jay. I've rooted for him, from day one. Because it just seemed like his back was against the wall all the time. But now Jay and Michelle are doing what was done to them, and it's just not pretty high end or tempting. Mariah, Michelle, Nerese, and Olivia have a conversation. And to be quite honest, again, it is so impressive to me how Mariah is sitting on the throne and she ain't really do much but protect her penis. So I'm kind of confused with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mariah is sitting ultra pretty right now. And Michelle is like sitting right next to her. And they're like grilling Olivia and Nerese. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? But then things get a little hot and spicy because Nerese ain't the one. And I'm glad that I missed the Nerese that was going after Melissa. You know what I'm saying? Or that was challenging Melissa because Nerese and Michelle about to go at it. And Michelle don't want that. Michelle don't want that. But when Nerese is about to go after Michelle, Jay come in and he start cursing. Now, see, this is the problem I have. I don't know who in the world thought or told this man that he has carte blanche and can do whatever, say whatever, however he want to say it, and it's okay because he Jay. Like, you know what I'm saying? He come in barking, talking about, oh, y'all screwed me and this and that and third. And Olivia got hip to the game and was like, girl, I don't know who you think you're talking to. And then Michelle was like, Nerese was like, yeah, I don't know who you think you're talking to either. But they still allowed him to keep talking and talk about, no, y'all screwed me over. Y'all screwed me over. Y'all screwed me over. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I don't understand that. I went up ahead. Let's go back to the elimination. This is the dumbest thing I ever saw. I like Ed. I do, but this was dumb. We got somebody out, which was great. Somebody off the side, which was great. But I really think, you know what? What I heard who wins the challenge. And I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but it was one of those spoiler sites that spoiled it for me. And if it's true, I just can't hate on it, I guess. He's not someone that is spotlight. He's not a pure villain, but he's playing his role so that he lasts in the game. And allegedly he wins. And it's a guy that wins this season. But hopefully it's not the case. Because in my mind, it's like, why are y'all letting this male Casey skim through this game unscathed? And y'all thought he was a threat in the beginning, but now y'all don't see him as a threat. Y'all so hung up on Horacio and Kylan. I don't know. I just don't understand how these people are playing because Ed had every opportunity to like get a threat out. Like, I feel like, I don't know what was going on in Ed's brain. If Jay tells you, Ed, that you're a part of my alliance and I don't want you here, why is it not we turn the game on Jay's head? I don't understand that. Why is Ed sitting here playing, talking about, I'm going to vote for Jay? I just don't. That didn't make sense to me. That did not make sense to me. And then, Jay is upset and then he goes and argues with the girls and whatever. Ciao. But this finale was amazing. Cara Maria, this is how Cara Maria was supposed to do the finale. Cara Maria came out talking all this jazz to everybody, picked orange shirt, and she lost against orange shirt. CT came out, dad bod and all, bright blue eyes and all, 19 challenges, 10 finals, 5 wins. I love the stats. See, ain't nobody messing. CT is like Godfather challenge. CT and Bananas are sitting there. Bananas is the evil one. CT is the good one. And at a long time, CT was that bad boy. But CT quickly changed his image around, and after DM and all of that, and like CT just been that dude. He did have that one season that he was flanky, but I don't know. I love CT. So seeing CT come through and start talking their ish, talking his ish. Now he asking Horacio, why you down here? What's good? What you do? And he's like, nothing really. They just see me as a threat and think that I'm gonna win the final, and they keep throwing me in or whatever the case may be. And CT was like, so you feel like your back's against the wall and you feel like da 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 da. He was like, yeah, that used to happen to me. When he started talking and he started talking to Horacio, because he was like, man, I see you. You did really good on the last season. Like, that to me just fills me up. Like when you know that the vets are watching and they see the seasons and they know who you are and they've been playing this game and they have already some sort of respect for you. That's what I felt when CT was talking to Horacio. I had to stand up in my living room. I was cheering because he already came up with the mace. So we already know he's not choosing Horacio. Like I feel in my mind, he's not choosing Horacio and he doesn't choose Horacio. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is so dope. Like that is like the best part of the vets coming back or whatever, because they get to talk they ish, but then they get to make these people up here scared and they get to pull them down. But see, don't nobody want to be called out by CT. And so I was hoping he would have called Jay. I was hoping he would have called Jay, but he didn't call Jay. CT gave Jay his respect and said, you beat me fair and square, so it's all good. Let's call somebody else down. And he's like, you know what? I want to call Asaf down. I don't really know him. And so he calls Asaf down, and immediately Nerese goes to hug Jay. And Jay like pushes her back and like, I don't want no hug. I just don't want no hug from you right now. I feel like this is your fault. And it's so interesting that he feels that this is Olivia and Nerese's fault, but you've been coming after Olivia and Nerese's men from day one, from day 4 or week 2, whatever it is. You really should be mad. Well, I guess he can't be mad at Ed because he was throwing Ed in. I don't know. I don't know who, why, I don't know. But he's mad at the women and he's upset. So his brother is going in. They brothers, allegedly. They know each other. They 8-spoon coons. So Asaf was like, I'm ready. Let's go, man. We got to beat the champ. We got to beat the champ. Let's go. You know, I'm just looking at Asaf's ass because they keep showing his ass on my screen. And I'm like, it's a hot butt. He got a hot butt on him. He's just a beautiful man to look at, period. And I think Asaf is a nice guy. I just think he aligned himself with the incorrect people. Boom. That part. And so CT calls him down. They win. They playing against each other. They neck and neck. CT stays calm and he wins. Even with 3 mathematicians, and shout out to Kylan for attempting to help, but even with 3 mathematicians on the panel, Asaf still couldn't win. And I'm just so glad that the numbers weren't facing the crowd. CT pulls out the win, and baby, everybody start crying. I'm like, when was Asaf this kind of godly figure in the challenge? I'm so confused. He done got in a couple of arguments. Him and Kylan got into it. Asaf is that beloved? I'm so confused. I don't understand. But Jay was crying his eyes out, girl. Jay was crying. Michelle was crying. Raven was crying. Everybody was crying. I guess Asaf is just a nice guy. Oh, I guess. Child. But then CT felt bad because everybody was crying. Everybody was crying. And here go Horacio. CT, you got the numbers? Horacio was helping CT, boy. Horacio was helping CT. I love it. Horacio don't care about these people. No shade. I want Horacio to win, but allegedly he doesn't win. Whatever. This whatever. I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'll be wanting them to be mad at each other outside of the game, but they all love each other. They play this game, then they all love each other off of, I don't know. Anyways, leave your comments below and let me know what you thought about this particular episode. I thought it was good. I'm glad Asaf is gone. I'm glad Jay is pissed because this is going to lead to my argument. I'm ready to see my argument between Jay and Kylan. That's what I'm ready to see. And I'm ready to see some solo wins. Can we get a solo win, Nerese? Can we get a solo win? Horatio, Kylan, Reagan, let's get some solo wins up here. Get these people back in. Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought. Deuces.